shot, quick takedown.
Beautiful ground and pound here from Nick Monteleone.
Yeah, wasted no time getting his hands around Torchon, putting him on his
that
back.
wrestling experience.
But again, that beautiful wrestling experience.
And quickly right back into the shot. I want to see Torchon threaten a submission, maybe a double wrist lock here.
Oh, big takedown there.
Got to climb his legs high right now while Monteleone's posture's down.
He's holding on to the left arm.
Monteleone right in his corner, able to listen to exactly what his coaches are saying.
Yeah, I'd like to see, now that you see Torchon wrapped around him so much, I'd like to see him pull him over towards his corner.
Exactly.
Right here, grab that elbow, break him down, and then turn him towards the corner a little. Oh, triangle from the bottom.
But he's out. He's got two.
Is he though? The wrist. He's got the armbar potentially here now. If he switches and gets that right leg around the head, he might have this armbar here.
And we know
he's got to be patient. He needs to keep that right leg clamped down on the back of Monteleone's head here.
If Monteleone can stand up, actually, I don't think you're allowed to slam it.
Monteleone also has Torchon's left hand. Oh, now it's back.
So
he's got to get some extension here in his body and also needs to cut the angle.
We know Blake loves his arm bars. His 2 submission wins, both via armbar.
Who tried to switch over to switch back to the triangle, but does not work.
Inside, the triangle's not going to work.
Exactly. Yeah. Boom, and again, another
beautiful patience and escape there by Monteleone. Monteleone needs to start getting a little bit better hips in, posturing up so he can land some better ground and pound from this top position.
I'd like to see him pass. Now with the guard open, if he can step over that one leg, that would be a path to being able to land some better ground and pound for sure.
I agree. Once that guard opens up, if you don't have to force it open, it's the perfect time to back out just a little so it doesn't close on you again. Try and find a pass in there or some strikes. But once that guard closes, you got to deal with a lot to get through it.
Big shots from Nick Monteleone here. I like how he's using the frame. The way he's using the frame on the neck to create just enough space to generate some real power in those strikes.
Torchon again, throwing the legs up for another attack. Oh, he's got the armbar. I don't know how deep the elbow's out.
Now, if you're Nick Monteleone, I would stand up, wrestle him some more.
So would I. I would let him get up and I'd bang on him a little more and take him down and just go through this process over and over again.
Exactly. Blake is welcoming the takedowns because he wants to throw up those arm bars. But for sure, if you're getting up, taking your man down, you have a better chance of passing the guard in transition there.
And just having other big moments. That takedown was a big moment. He can have that over and over again versus right now he's in a position where Torchon's getting moments from the bottom.
Exactly. Little scramble. Looks like Torchon
almost took the back there, but
it's got like a gift
round one.
Yeah, almost like a gift wrap there to try to take the back.
If I'm Monteleone, that is the exact same round I want to have in round 2.
Exactly. The only thing I would have done any different in Monteleone's shoes is when given the opportunity to back out and stand up, take him down again. Because in that transition to the takedown, you have a better opportunity to pass guard without risking that submission.
Or even once that guard does open, backing out just enough to start throwing strikes, or where you have options. But just staying here in this open guard position, once he closes it, now you're stuck here again. Exactly. And you can't do a ton of damage from a closed guard, plus you're at risk for a lot of submissions, as we saw Torchon throwing up.
Exactly, and again, we're seeing the corner work here. Nick Monteleone looks calm and composed. That is a man who has been competing in wrestling for 20 years. That's the biggest advantage of wrestling, in my opinion, is not just the base, the skills. They're all phenomenal, don't get me wrong. But it's the fact that every Saturday you had to meet, and you had to go meet somebody man-to-man in the middle of the ring, and you have all that competition experience. Competition barely phases you anymore.
Competing is a skill in itself, an ability to compete, and it could be in anything. It could be a workplace. It doesn't just have to be a sports environment. Being able to compete and being a game competitor is priceless. Whoa!
Good right hand by Monteleone to start the round.
Monteleone can't get too wild here.
But great whizzer. Oh, but Monteleone still gets on top.
Exactly.
I'd like to see Monteleone rotate themselves clockwise so that he puts Torchon's head into the cage. If he gets his head into the cage, he can start landing some better ground and pound. And not just that, but he's not as, see, here we go. If he rotates him a little more here, exactly. There we go, like this.
Something different from the first round. I'd like to see Monteleone try to pass and get out of his guard. Maybe
exactly. See, as he did here, where he backed out of this open guard, as we were talking about. This is exactly what we were talking about between rounds.
And in my opinion, a smarter decision. Don't sit there and play armbar defense. Go back to what you do so well. Right? Let him give you the space, take that shot, put your man back on his butt. Because here, in that scramble, that's your opportunity. See, already he's passing the half guard.
This is opportunity, and it's back and guard.
Now, Blake, to his credit, has great defensive work on the bottom. His jiu-jitsu on the bottom is very good. His ability to find the space for his hips. And now, immediately, see, he's starting to create the space for arm bars.
Oh, beautiful
Reversal.
bump sweep from the bottom. On Nick Monteleone's back. He gets one of the hooks out. I'd like to see Monteleone stand up. Body triangle by Blake Torchon. 90 seconds left on the clock right now. If he's able to flatten Monteleone out, you can even get kind of a back lock on this. Where we've seen a UFC fight, Ivan Salivary tapped out somebody with it.
Yeah, I forget who, but you're right. I was Ivan Salivary. But Nick just has to stay calm and composed here.
Oh, but that's dangerous because it exposes the neck. That might not have been the smartest thing. Monteleone needs to fight that hand down.
Exactly. The stand was the good move. The slam on.
Very dangerous move there. Monteleone has got to scramble back up. About a minute left on the clock. Blake Torchon again.
It's on the chin. It's not under yet.
But still, you get kind of face crank. Even here, it sucks. I want to see. There we go. Monteleone doing a great job of finding defense there.
And I'd like to see Monteleone turning, trying to get his back towards the floor. He's trying to make a scramble. He's trying to make a scramble to get chest to chest with Blake. But, again, a very difficult thing to do against that body triangle.
This one looks a little tighter.
Oh, he might tap here.
Tap to this one.
Oh,
it's over. He's gonna tap. And it is all over. Round 2 submission for Blake Torchon.
Blake Torchon found his patience on the bottom, kept looking for attacks, finally got a dominant position when he was able to sneak around to Nick Monteleone's back, and eventually finishes with a rear naked choke with less than a minute left in the second round.
Yeah, he kind of gave Blake like a little moment off, or rather he gave Nick a little moment off. And in that little moment off, Nick sat back. And the moment Nick sat back, hits that hip bump sweep, and then this was where we spent the rest of that fight.
Yeah, he found himself in trouble when they had these prolonged exchanges on the ground.
Exactly.
Which is what we said that he should try and avoid. Blake Torchon had a fantastic attacking bottom game and eventually was able to get to a dominant position and get a submission out of it.
It all started with that fantastic sweep from Torchon.
Exactly, the hip bump sweep, one of the first sweeps I teach to people in jiu-jitsu. Very fundamental, but again, he just caught Nick. He changed the pace of the fight a little bit. He gave him the change up, so to speak. He just gave him that little moment of space without an attack, and while he kind of sat back and relaxed, boom, in that little split second. Just changed the pace just a little bit. I feel like there's a story with the pillow, and I want to hear it.
Probably putting people to sleep.
Now, I for one would be disappointed if Drew Park doesn't ask about the pillow. I want to know about the pillow.